Hello, fellow MET students. Um, so I am doing CLT number 3 and taking a look at the considerations of AR, VR, MR, and XR. I decided to use a program recommended to us. So this is NODA, and I did this on my Oculus Quest 2. So I was super fortunate to be able to borrow this from my school division. I really haven't played around with this, so please bear with me. I have not figured out how to put on the stabilizer yet, so if anyone knows how to do that, please let me know so I can do that in my next video. So taking a look here, so grounding the web here, I wanted to kind of put this reality virtuality continuum, and so we've seen this a few times now, starting from the real environment, moving into augmented reality, augmented virtuality, and then our virtual environment. And so one thing to consider when we talk about the considerations of this is we're really working our way down that spectrum into the creation of virtual environments. I do feel like lots of the considerations that I talk about here extend past AR, VR, MR, and XR, and are just good considerations when we are designing different experiences. So you'll see a little bit of overlap from ETEC 511 if you've taken that course before, and some pieces on usability. So let's kind of dive into some of the key categories. So I did keep the key categories of connectivity, which you can see at the back over there, alignments here, as well as cross-platform considerations. We're going to start over here at connectivity. And so connectivity, so this is Deng et al. And taking a look at, kind of some of the key pieces there that they talked about was the perceived usefulness and the intention of use, as well as the ease of use of VR programs. And they specifically looked at those pieces through the analysis of user reviews and of the social VR program that they were looking at, and analyzing those reviews within the Steam reviews. Okay, and so intention of use, they found that the more personal autonomy that you have and competence, and the relatedness of the software that they were using, the more likely that users were going to use that software, right? And so all those kind of pieces there tie into that intention of use. If we look at ease of use, they really focused a lot on and talked a lot about the reviews of the importance of the hardware and the platform that you are using. And they talked about the more advanced VR devices that you had, it was actually easier for them to utilize the software. So things to kind of keep in mind regarding connectivity. When we take a look at, if I back myself up a little bit here, the alignment section, and we're going to start here kind of within this consistent user interface. So it's really important that we're aligning for this one here, designing for portability, accessibility. We're also designing to be flexible and designing for various audiences. And so keeping that those pieces in mind when we are designing, the thing with VR right now is, and we'll talk about it when we talk about the cross-platform considerations, is you really are catering to right now a fairly niche group. So for us to hit the users and the audiences that we need to keep in mind the different audiences that our creations could be created for. So that connects directly into usability. And so this is the piece of 511. And so I did pull in a little bit about Woolgar, right? And Woolgar and Isa and Isaias, and the importance of configuring the user here. And so they talked about, within Lucas quite a bit, is the importance of onboarding and tutorials, whereas Isa and Isaias and the Deng et al. Article talked about the analysis of user reviews and using those pieces to help inform your creations within your VR experience. Wang et al. Talked about the importance of contributions and having research lead to having global community and providing more insights into how VR can be used within educational settings. So really important to build those connections to help further the field. Alignments, and this one is really neat for game engines here. So you can see the connection for alignments in game engines. And so they talked in Lucas quite a bit about Unity and Unreal, and more specifically into Unity. And they talked about Unity having a lot of success because of its ease of use, its large community of support, and its integration of major computing platforms. And that brings us kind of this connection to our cross-platform considerations. We really need to consider, our users of the group, and right now, Lucas does talk about AR has a very niche group, and it's catered to those who have that disposable income. We also have to keep in mind, because of that limited target audience, we really have to be careful in our considerations for the design of our XR, VR, AR experiences. And right now there's a return on investment. It's very limited, and that's kind of all tied together within this limited audience and this kind of disposable income, right? So it's right now, it's because it has that very niche group that all these are kind of intermingled here. So part of those things, those considerations, because of that limitedness, is that right now we're seeing a whole bunch of companies that have different setups. Okay, and so when we're designing from a design standpoint of VR, how does that differ from the experiences from tethered headsets to mobile headsets to mobile phones that you just drop in like a Google Cardboard, or ones like Oculus Quests where you have controllers, right? And so how can we design experiences that are still still able to kind of traverse those different systems? So something that we need to consider, and it's kind of tricky to do that right now. So within my professional standing right now, or within my my work and how this connects to what I am doing is I think lots of these pieces around usability and the design of experiences really connects to the determining that usability piece, right? And all the considerations that we need to take into play and into consideration when we are designing these experiences. So lots of transfer, not just to VR, but to all different fields and all the different experiences that we are creating within the field of education. So this was my web. Hopefully it was helpful and answers some of the questions and highlights some of the key pieces within the readings of this week. So thank you. Thanks for listening.